Welcome to LUTV News in Focus, where we feature interesting topics on campus, in the community, and in the world of culture. I am Carson Racich. Cardinal fans and sport junkies, big changes are coming July 1st of 2021. The Lamar Cardinals are making the switch from the Southland Conference to the Western Athletic Conference. I spoke with Athletic Director Marco Bourne to hear his input on the decision, his thoughts on how Big Red will adjust to the move, and how the Cards will compete. So Lamar's moving to the WAC from the Southland Conference. What brought you to the decision to make this move?
Well, there's a couple different reasons for it. You know, we always are looking to see what's best for Lamar University. What we can do to advance the institution, not just the athletic department, but what's in the best interest for Lamar. And I think we're always looking to be part of a conference that is forward thinking, that is committed to Division I athletics, that has like-minded institutions. Just like us, we're as you all well know, we're a growing institution with over 17,000 students, and when you look at the WAC and all the members, not only the ones that are moving with us, Stephen F., Sam, and Abilene and Southern Utah, but the ones that are currently in it, they're all forward-thinking institutions in our mind. They're growing. They're in growing areas of population, and I think it's just a great opportunity for us. For student athletes to compete in a really strong league. I think the brand of the WAC, I don't know if you remember this, but back in 2011 or 12, the WAC won the Fiesta Bowl, or not the WAC, but Boise State did. So just the history that the WAC has as a league and associating ourselves with that brand really made a difference in us making that decision.
Rumors about the news started to circulate prior to the official announcement. How long have the idea been in the works?
It started before COVID started. So it started the beginning of 2020. That's when we initially started having some initial conversations, and certainly COVID and all the things that are happening have kind of accelerated some of those discussions. I think it became pretty apparent during that time on some things that we liked and didn't like, and we just felt like that the industry, so to speak, was shifting a little bit, and we needed to just be prepared to potentially make a move. And then in the summer, things heated up a little bit, and it was almost like a roller coaster ride. We thought we had it all done, and then we didn't, and then we did again, and we didn't. So it's been in the works for a while. I'd say probably the last 12, 13 months or so.
In the Southland, Lamar's had a lot of success. How do you think Lamar will transition and compete against these new schools?
It's going to be a challenge, but I like challenges. I think you do too, and our student athletes and coaches do as well. When you look at overall, really every sport in the WAC is really competitive, but especially basketball is a really strong basketball league. But baseball is strong. I know golf is a strong golf league as well. So we're going to have to step up our game, not just our coaches and student athletes, but our staff, our donors and alumni. When you look at the institutions that we're going to be associating ourselves with, there's going to be some challenges ahead of us, but I feel really good about what we have in place with our coaches and student athletes. And it's, like I said, it's going to be a challenge, but I think we're up for it, and I can't wait for you guys to compete in the league.
But joining the WAC, the participating schools in the conference cover a greater area, that being a lot on the West Coast. How will the travel affect competition moving forward?
Yeah, that's a great question. So one of the big things for us to make this move too, and I should have touched on that earlier, is as you know, I think the league is going to be divided in two divisions. So there's the Southwest division, or I call it the Texas division right now, which is us, Stephen F., Abilene, Sam Houston, Tarleton State, and UTRGV. So there's 6 schools in Texas, and then the other 7 are in the West division, in California, in Washington, New Mexico, Utah, and in Arizona. Most of our sports, every sport except basketball and football, will pretty much compete within our division. So if you soccer, volleyball, baseball, and softball, they will play a conference schedule in their division. And then when they go to the conference tournament, they will then compete against the other division in that tournament. In your sport, in golf, I know you guys don't have a conference competition until the end of the year, right? So your travel will probably be fairly similar. Now you might go a little bit further in the west just to kind of experience some of the climates over there in case your championships is in Arizona or something like that. Basketball will play within the division and then cross over to the other division a little bit to play some of those games. And then football-wise, there's only 7 football schools right now. So it's us, Tarleton, Stephen F. Sam, Abilene, and Southern Utah and Dixie in Utah. And then UTRGV has agreed to add football in the next 2 years, which would give us up to 8. So football will kind of play everybody. Basketball will cross over a little bit, and the rest of them will stay within the division. So travel will not change much for the majority of our sports. If anything, you'll travel further west rather than east to the state of Louisiana rather than going in the west. So, other than that, I think travel will not increase much. It will a little bit, but not as much as people are thinking when you look at the map. And that was a big selling point for us to make sure that we had that divisional alignment to really keep some of our travel costs down a little bit.
And there are a few teams moving to the WAC from the South End, like you said, but not all of them. How is it important to keep the rivalries or creating new ones with the new teams? How important is that to you?
Well, it always is important to either create rivalries or maintain rivalries. Obviously, we have McNeese 60 miles from here, and they're going to remain in the Southland. I've had discussions with McNeese on maintaining that rivalry and moving forward. It might be a little difficult in the beginning to get some of that done with all the sports, but I think long term, we're committed. I'm committed, and I know the athletic director and president there is committed to continue that rivalry. I think we call it the battle of the border in all of our sports. And I've encouraged our coaches to do the same thing, to reach out to McNeese. And certainly there's some others in the Southland, but McNeese is really our natural rival, being so close. It's really our closest opponent. But then certainly we can develop some new rivalries within the league, right? Maybe that's UTRGV. Maybe that's failed to mention that we're going to hopefully add another member in our division to make it 7 in our division. Maybe we have a new member coming in that might be our rival. So I think it'll just be nice to create some new rivalries with some of the teams. We have, Grand Canyon is a beautiful place and it's doing some great things there in Phoenix. And obviously they're located in an area that has a lot of good sports. Our golf is great in Arizona, and I know baseball is big there. So, and then you have some places like New Mexico State that have been really strong over the years in really all of their sports. So we want to maintain the relationship with McNeese and maintain that rivalry, but who knows, we might pick up a new one here or there. So, but we're excited about that. I think that's part of the fun part is getting to know some new people, travel to some places we haven't traveled to, and just see the other side of the United States a little bit more.
Looking forward to seeing Lamar compete in the WAC.
Yeah, thank you.
I would like to thank Athletic Director Marco Bourne for joining us. Thank you for watching LUTV News in Focus. To see more content from LUTV News, follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.